Hello, I'm Simon Owens, and today we're talking about why Medium is changing its writer payouts. So, if you follow my videos, you probably know what Medium is. It's a long form writing platform. A few years ago, it rolled out kind of like a metered paywall that any writer can opt into. And so, if you opt into this metered paywall, you publish articles behind the paywall. Then, at the end of the month, Medium takes all the money that it generated that month through subscribers and then pays them out to writers based on how much they got in engagement compared to the greater pool of writers. There are some writers who reportedly are making tens of thousands of dollars a month through Medium. So that's kind of like the rundown of how Medium's partnership program works. It's changing it in three different ways. The first is that it's going to start requiring people who participate in the partnership program to have a minimum of 100 subscribers. So if you have fewer than that, then you have to continue publishing to Medium until you reach that 100 subscriber threshold before you can start opting in and putting your articles behind the metered paywall. And then the writers have to have published an article within the last 6 months. So if you publish an article and you have above 100 subscribers, but then 6 months go by without you publishing another article, then you're no longer in the partnership program. And then the third thing is it allows writers to keep 50% of all revenue that they drive through subscriber conversion. So basically, Medium's going to create a way for individual writers to create like a landing page where you can actually send your audience. So let's say you have a newsletter, you can send your audience to this landing page, and then if they subscribe on that landing page, then basically that writer who runs that landing page gets 50% of the revenue from that subscriber basically into perpetuity as long as that subscriber stays a subscriber. So that's a pretty big deal. So why is it doing this? Let's tackle the first two and then we'll get to the third one. There are a lot of inactive users who are generating small amounts of money through the partnership program, and I'm a good example of this. I kind of experimented with the partnership program, published a few articles that went behind the paywall. Didn't really see great returns. I really wanted to double down and focus on my Substack, so I stopped publishing to the Medium partnership program. Despite this, I am still getting author payouts from those old articles every single month. Like every single month, like $1 or $2 are basically deposited into my Stripe account from Medium, even though I'm no longer active on the platform at all. And if you add up all these inactive accounts, it's probably generating basically pulling a lot of money out of the great big pool of money that would go towards writers. And so if you eliminate all those people who aren't active, then that creates a bigger pool of money that goes towards the writers who are actually showing up every day, every week, and creating new content. And that can add up to a lot of money. So let's say there are 50,000 writers who are like me, who are who are no longer active on the platform but are still generating something like $2 a month through the partnership program. That's $100,000 a month and $1.2 million a year that are going towards writers who have no incentive and are not trying to do anything to create new content and bring in new subscribers. So if you could take that $1.2 million and then bring it up to the writers who are actually showing up every day and creating content constantly and give them bigger payouts, so even more money they can take home, then that like gives them incentives to keep on creating content. And then the 100 subscriber threshold also creates a little bit of quality control, because that means you had to create good enough content that at least 100 people opted in to receiving your updates. This is the same reason that YouTube requires at least 1,000 subscribers before it starts sharing revenue with people. So those are the two reasons probably that they created those new thresholds for people to participate in the partnership program. So let's talk about like why Medium is allowing users to keep 50% of the revenue they drive. By doing this, they're basically creating like an affiliate program, and they're turning writers into a sales force. So if you think about how Medium worked before, it has this metered paywall. It allows like three free articles a month, and then after that you have to convert into a paid user to keep on for $5 a month or $50 a year to continue consuming that content. And so writers were just creating the content and maybe sending people to the content, but they were relying on the metered paywall to convert users into paying subscribers. They weren't actively trying to encourage users to become paid subscribers because they had no incentive to do so. Because they didn't get any extra bonus or anything like that if they were converting users. Whereas now it's creating an incentive for them. If you, let's say they run a newsletter or they run a Twitter account or something like that, and they have this very loyal following, then they can say, hey, if you really want to support my work, go to this landing page and become a subscriber. They're basically turning into salespeople who are not just pushing their content, they're actually pushing specifically the Medium subscriptions. And I think that's a really huge deal and will help Medium in terms of significantly growing its subscriber base if it can basically enlist all these creators to kind of join forces and push their audiences towards that conversion. So is this going to be a game changer for Medium? I don't know. Last reported subscriber numbers, they had 750,000 paying subscribers. That was several months ago. They're reportedly trying to get up to 10 million, so they have a long way to go. But I do think this will improve the incentives both for quality and also consistency and also driving conversions in all the right ways. So I definitely think this is a step in the right direction. Okay, that's all the analysis I have for you today. Please subscribe to the channel you found this on, leave comments if you have any questions, and definitely sign up for my newsletter at simonowens.substack.com. See you tomorrow.